Have you ever wondered why, even when you eat healthy and take your medications on time, you still wake up at 2 in the morning, restless and tired, or why your joints feel stiff, your skin drier than ever, and sleep never quite refreshing? For millions of Americans over 65, these struggles are so common that many assume it is just part of aging. But what if one everyday habit you thought was harmless is actually making things worse? And what if a simple change before bedtime could make your nights calmer and your mornings lighter? Today I will show you exactly why using castor oil before bed can create surprising changes in your body, from easing discomfort and improving circulation to supporting deeper sleep and healthier skin. This is not a miracle cure, but it is a natural step that has stood the test of time and is now backed by modern science. Before we begin, I want to hear from you. Where are you watching this video from, and what time is it right now? Leave a comment below. I look forward to reading your answers. And if you enjoy this video, hit the subscribe button. If not, just give it a like. It really helps this channel grow. If you grew up in America before the days of endless drugstore aisles, you probably remember a small brown bottle tucked away in your parents' or grandparents' medicine cabinet. It was castor oil, and for most families, it was the dreaded cure for constipation. Many seniors today still recall the thick taste and the uneasy feeling that came with it, almost like a childhood punishment rather than a healing tool. Yet what often gets forgotten is that this humble oil carried a far richer history than a spoonful of laxative. Long before it reached American homes, castor oil had traveled across centuries and continents. In ancient Egypt, it was used by queens to soften their skin and preserve youth. In India, Ayurveda healers massaged it into aching joints, used it to calm the stomach, and even trusted it for cleansing the body of toxins. By the 1800s, immigrant families brought those traditions to the United States, where castor oil became a familiar presence, valued not only for digestion, but also for hair care and gentle home remedies. Science today helps us understand why people across cultures believed in it. Inside castor oil lies ricinoleic acid, a fatty compound shown to reduce inflammation, soothe irritated tissues, and even support circulation. It also contains vitamin E and healthy fats that help nourish skin and protect cells from damage. For older adults in America, that means this old-fashioned oil can address issues we quietly carry every day: dry winter, skin-stiff knees that ache after climbing stairs, or restless nights that never feel restorative. The truth is, growing older can sometimes feel like our bodies are slipping out of our control. But stories like this remind us that comfort can still be found in simple, familiar tools. You do not need an expensive prescription to give your skin more softness or your joints a little ease. What you need is knowledge and the willingness to see an old remedy with new eyes. Castor oil is not magic, but it may be one gentle step toward reminding yourself that your health is not gone. It is simply waiting for the right care. The benefits for your skin. As we grow older in America, the mirror begins to tell stories we did not ask to hear. Each winter, the cold air outside and the dry heat from our furnaces indoors pull moisture from our skin, leaving it cracked, itchy, and uncomfortable. Around the eyes, fine lines deepen into wrinkles, and the redness on our cheeks seems more stubborn than it once was. Many seniors quietly admit that they dread seeing those changes, not only because of appearance, but because it feels like visible proof that time is stealing something precious. These subtle reminders can weigh heavily on the mind, sometimes making a person feel older inside than their years would suggest. Castor oil offers a gentle way to push back against that sense of loss. Inside every drop are fatty acids that act like tiny locks, sealing precious moisture into your skin so it does not vanish during the night. Vitamin E, a natural antioxidant, works in the background, protecting your cells from damage and calming the irritation that makes skin feel raw or inflamed. Instead of reaching for yet another expensive cream, With a long list of chemicals you can barely pronounce, you can turn to a simple natural oil that has been trusted for generations. The science is not complicated. It is the combination of hydration and protection that allows your skin to begin repairing itself. Using it at home is straightforward. After washing your face in the evening, place just a few drops of pure cold-pressed castor oil on your fingertips. Massage gently in slow circles, focusing on areas that feel especially dry or tight, but take care to avoid the delicate skin around your eyes. If the oil feels too thick or heavy, blend it with a lighter option, such as jojoba or almond oil, which helps it spread more easily without losing its benefits. You do not need a large amount. A thin layer will quietly work through the night, leaving your skin more supple and less irritated when morning comes. I recall a woman from Minnesota who shared her story with me. Each winter, her skin cracked so badly that even smiling made her cheeks sting. She had tried nearly every cream on the store shelves, yet nothing lasted beyond a few hours. One evening, she began using a small mix of castor oil and almond oil before bed. Within 2 weeks, she noticed the cracks healing, the redness fading, and for the first time in years, her skin felt comfortable in the cold. More than the physical relief, she said it gave her back confidence to go out to visit friends and to feel at ease in her own skin. These small changes matter because they restore more than appearance. They restore a sense of dignity and self-worth. Aging does not mean surrendering to discomfort or giving up on feeling good about yourself. It means learning to care for your body in gentler, wiser ways. Castor oil may not erase every wrinkle, but it can remind your skin how to breathe again and remind you that health is still within your reach when you choose to act with knowledge and consistency. The benefits for hair and scalp. For many women in America, something changes after the age of 50. They begin to notice more hair on the brush each morning, strands that once felt strong, now breaking easily, and a gradual thinning that leaves them feeling less like themselves. For men, the struggle often appears as bald spots forming at the crown, receding hairlines that grow more noticeable, or a dry and itchy scalp that never seems to feel comfortable. These may seem like surface-level problems, but for older adults, they quietly carry an emotional weight, touching on self-image, confidence, and the longing to still recognize the person in the mirror. Castor oil offers a simple, natural way to support healthier hair at this stage of life. The oil is rich in omega-9 fatty acids, nutrients that nourish the scalp while boosting blood flow around each follicle. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach the roots, helping dormant follicles wake up and strengthening the strands that remain. Dermatologists often describe the process as similar to watering a thirsty plant. With steady attention and the right support, what looks weak and fading can become stronger and more vibrant again. The practical use is straightforward and affordable. Mix a small amount of castor oil with a lighter oil such as coconut or olive, which makes it easier to spread without feeling sticky. Massage the blend into your scalp once or twice each week, using gentle pressure to stimulate circulation without pulling on fragile strands. Leaving the oil overnight allows the nutrients to penetrate deeply, and washing it out in the morning leaves your scalp refreshed and your hair softer. Unlike commercial treatments that can be expensive and full of chemicals, this routine relies on something natural, safe, and easy to find at a local store. One man from Texas shared how he felt discouraged as his hair grew thinner, making him look older than he felt inside. After hearing about castor oil from a friend, he began massaging a diluted blend into his scalp twice weekly. 3 months later, he noticed less shedding on his pillow, his remaining hair appeared shinier, and the itching he had battled for years finally eased. He admitted the improvement wasn't dramatic overnight, but it gave him back a sense of control and hope that he thought he had lost. Stories like his remind us that hair health is not about vanity alone. For older adults, it is about confidence, comfort, and the reassurance that aging does not mean giving up on feeling like yourself. Castor oil may not reverse baldness completely, but it can strengthen what remains, ease discomfort, and restore a little spark of self-assurance. With patience and consistency, this simple practice can help you care for your hair and scalp in ways that are gentle, affordable, and deeply encouraging. Digestion and gentle relief. For many older Americans, the memory of castor oil is not tied to comfort, but to childhood dread. Some still recall being handed a large spoonful by a determined mother or grandmother told it would clear the system whether they liked it or not. The thick texture and strong taste left such an impression that even today the thought of castor oil brings back that uneasy memory. Yet hidden within that unpleasant experience is a truth worth remembering. This oil does have a natural effect on digestion, though it must be used wisely. Modern science explains what our parents once relied on: instinct. When taken internally, castor oil is broken down in the small intestine, releasing compounds that trigger the muscles of the bowel to contract. This gentle push helps food and waste move along more smoothly, relieving constipation. For older adults, this matters because sluggish digestion becomes more common with age, especially when medications reduce activity or changes in diet slow the system down. The relief castor oil provides is real, but like any strong remedy, it requires respect and moderation. Doctors today are clear castor oil should only be taken in very small doses and only on rare occasions. Using it too often can disrupt the natural rhythm of the bowels, leaving you more dependent over time instead of less. For seniors already managing health conditions or multiple prescriptions, self-medicating with frequent doses can create more problems than it solves. That is why most experts now recommend safer alternatives, such as applying the oil externally, where it can still support digestion without overwhelming the system. One practical method is to gently massage a small amount of warm castor oil onto the abdomen. The circular motion combined with the oil's natural properties helps relax tension in the stomach area and encourages the digestive system to function more comfortably. Unlike swallowing a spoonful, this approach avoids the harsh effects while still providing a sense of ease. It can be done before bed, allowing the body to rest more peacefully through the night without repeated trips to the bathroom or the nagging discomfort of bloating. I remember speaking with a woman from Ohio who shared her personal experience. She often struggled with occasional constipation that left her feeling heavy and restless at night. With her doctor's guidance, she began using a small amount of castor oil externally once or twice a week. Within weeks, she noticed she felt lighter, her stomach less tense, and she no longer dreaded lying down at night. For her, it was not about reliving the unpleasant childhood memory, but about discovering a gentler, safer way to use something familiar. This shift is important. What once felt like a punishment can now become a practical, thoughtful habit, one that honors the needs of an aging body rather than forcing it. Aging may bring new challenges to digestion, but it does not mean surrendering to discomfort or repeating old mistakes. With careful use, castor oil can still provide relief this time, with wisdom, moderation, and a sense of control. Sleep and nighttime comfort. One of the most common frustrations among older Americans is the restless night. Many seniors quietly admit that they dread going to bed, not because they dislike rest, but because they know it will be interrupted again and again. Waking 2, 3, or even 4 times in the night leaves morning's heavy energy low and confidence shaken. The cycle is discouraging, and over time, it chips away at both physical strength and emotional well-being. Sleep is supposed to restore us, yet for many it becomes another source of worry. Castor oil may offer a simple way to ease this struggle. When massaged gently into the soles of the feet across the forehead or on the lower abdomen, it works as more than just a moisturizer. The oil encourages relaxation by calming the nervous system, helping blood circulate more freely, and signaling to the body that it is time to let go of the day's tension. Scientists have identified compounds within castor oil that interact with nerve pathways, acting almost like a natural message to the brain that rest is safe and necessary. It is not a sleeping pill, but rather a quiet reminder that the body can still find its rhythm when given the right support. A story from Arizona captures this beautifully. An older gentleman shared that he had grown used to waking 4 times a night, often shuffling to the bathroom or lying awake with his mind racing. At the suggestion of a friend, he began massaging a few drops of castor oil into his feet each evening before bed. Within weeks, he noticed something remarkable. Instead of waking 4 times, he was now waking only once or twice. His mornings felt lighter, and for the first time in years, he looked forward to sleep rather than fearing it. This kind of improvement is powerful because it restores more than hours of rest. It restores confidence. When older adults begin to sleep more soundly, their mood improves. Their memory feels sharper, and their daily activities feel more manageable. The body repairs itself during sleep, and reclaiming those hours can mean reclaiming independence in ways that matter deeply. For practical use, keep it simple. Warm a small amount of castor oil between your hands, then massage slowly and gently into the chosen areas. Focus on breathing deeply, allowing both the touch and the warmth to ease tension. It may feel like a small ritual, but over time, the body begins to recognize it as a signal that the day is done and rest is near. Remember, castor oil is not a substitute for medical care. If nighttime urination or insomnia remains severe, speaking with a trusted doctor is essential. But for many, this nightly routine becomes a source of calm, helping the body remember that peaceful sleep is still possible. Aging may bring challenges, but it does not take away your ability to nurture yourself with simple, mindful habits that bring relief and hope. Easing joint pain, muscle aches, and inflammation. For many older adults in America, pain has become an unwanted daily companion. Arthritis is one of the most common struggles, leaving knees stiff and swollen, making the simple act of climbing a few steps feel like a mountain. Others wake each morning with a back that refuses to bend or shoulders that ache before the day has even begun. These physical challenges do more than slow the body. They quietly erode confidence, independence, and the joy of moving freely through life. Over time, some begin to accept the discomfort as an unavoidable part of aging, even though it does not have to be. Castor oil offers a gentle ally in this battle. The oil contains ricinoleic acid, a natural compound known for its anti-inflammatory and pain-reducing properties. When applied directly to sore joints or tired muscles, it penetrates beneath the skin, calming the silent fires of inflammation that make movements stiff and painful. Scientists describe it as a natural way to interrupt the signals that amplify pain, providing comfort without the risks often associated with stronger medications. It is not a cure, but it is a supportive tool that allows the body to move with greater ease. Using it is both simple and practical. Warm a small amount of castor oil until it feels soothing to the touch. Then massage it gently into the affected area, knees, shoulders, or lower back. Once absorbed, place a soft towel or cloth over the spot to hold in the warmth and allow the oil to work overnight. By morning, many people notice their joints feel less rigid and their steps come a little easier. This nightly ritual not only provides physical relief, but also creates a moment of calm care, a reminder that the body deserves attention and kindness. One retired teacher from Michigan shared her personal experience. Years of standing in the classroom had left her knees swollen and painful, forcing her to give up her beloved morning walks. After learning about castor oil, she began applying warm compresses each night. Within a few weeks, she noticed a change. The swelling was less severe, the pain more manageable, and slowly she returned to the walking path she once thought she had lost. Her story is a reminder that small, consistent steps can reopen doors that pain had closed. It is important to be clear, castor oil is not a replacement for prescribed medications or medical care. Arthritis and chronic conditions require professional guidance, but as a companion to proper treatment, it can provide meaningful relief without the heavy side effects many seniors fear. For older adults who want to keep moving, to bend down without wincing, or to walk with steady confidence, Castor oil can be a quiet partner in preserving that independence. Aging may bring aches and stiffness, but it does not mean surrendering to them. With knowledge consistency and a willingness to explore safe natural tools, you can remind your body that comfort and movement are still within reach. Castor oil will not erase arthritis, but it can soften its grip, giving you back moments of strength, ease, and hope. Strengthening immunity and supporting natural cleansing. As we grow older, many of us notice that our bodies no longer fight off illness the way they once did. A simple cold that might have passed in a few days during our 40s can now linger for a week or more. Flu season feels heavier, recovery from infection slower, and for some, even a small chest cold can settle in and cause weeks of coughing. For older Americans, this vulnerability brings not only physical discomfort, but also a quiet fear of losing strength, fear of missing family gatherings, or fear of a hospital stay that takes too long to recover from. One gentle way to support your body's natural defenses is through the use of a castor oil pack. When a cloth soaked in warm castor oil is placed on the abdomen and covered with a towel, it stimulates lymphatic circulation. The lymphatic system is your body's internal cleaning network, responsible for moving waste and toxins out and carrying immune cells to where they are needed most. When circulation slows with age, this system can feel sluggish, leaving you more prone to illness. Using a castor oil pack is like unclogging a blocked pipe, allowing the fluid to flow freely and the system to do its job more effectively. The practice itself is simple. Warm a small amount of castor oil, soak a soft piece of cloth in it, and place it across your abdomen. Cover it with a dry towel, then rest quietly for about an hour. Some prefer to secure it in place and leave it overnight for deeper benefit. This routine can be done once or twice a week, offering steady support to your immune system without harsh chemicals or complicated steps. I recall the story of a grandmother in Texas who had grown tired of catching every cold that passed through her senior center each winter. At the suggestion of a friend, she began using castor oil packs a few evenings each week. Over time, she noticed fewer infections, quicker recovery when she did get sick, and most importantly, a renewed sense of confidence that her body could still defend itself. She described it not as a miracle, but as a quiet layer of support that gave her more peace of mind. It is important, however, to be realistic. Castor oil is not a replacement for vaccines, medical treatments, or doctor's care. Flu shots, proper medications, and regular checkups remain essential for older adults. What castor oil can provide is an additional natural tool, one that works alongside your existing healthcare to make your body feel stronger and more resilient. For seniors who want to maintain independence and protect their health, this practice can be a gentle reminder that even small habits matter. You may not be able to stop every cold, but you can give your immune system a helping hand. In doing so, you not only support your body, but also reclaim a sense of control, knowing you still have ways to care for yourself in meaningful, effective ways. Safe use and important precautions. When it comes to castor oil, safety is just as important as the benefits it can bring. Before using it regularly, always test a small drop on the inside of your forearm and wait 24 hours to see if your skin reacts. This simple step can prevent an unpleasant rash or irritation, especially for older skin that may be more sensitive than before. Equally important is choosing the right type of oil. Look for cold-pressed organic castor oil without added fragrances or chemicals. Just as you would carefully select fresh produce at the grocery store, the purity of your oil ensures that your body receives only what it needs without hidden risks. For most seniors, external use is the safest and most effective way to enjoy the benefits. Gentle massage on the skin, scalp, or joints allows the oil to work naturally without stressing the digestive system. Drinking castor oil should only be considered under the guidance of a trusted doctor, and even then in very small amounts and for rare occasions. Special caution is necessary for pregnant women or for older adults managing chronic illnesses, such as heart disease or diabetes. A quick conversation with your physician can prevent unnecessary risks and offer peace of mind. Think of castor oil as an old friend, one who can help comfort and support you when treated with respect. Used wisely, it is a safe companion. Used carelessly, it can create more problems than it solves. The choice and the control remain in your hands. Castor oil is not a miracle, and it should never be mistaken for one. Yet for older adults searching for gentle, reliable ways to care for their bodies, it offers something surprisingly valuable. With regular use, this simple oil can soften dry skin, strengthen fragile hair, ease stiff joints, calm restless nights, and even support the body's natural defenses. These may not sound dramatic, but together they create real comfort in daily life. The goal here is not to chase youth or erase the passage of time. Instead, it is about choosing habits that make your later years more comfortable, more confident, and more peaceful. Growing older does not mean giving up. It means learning to care for yourself in ways that respect both your body and your spirit. Castor oil can be one small step in that direction. I encourage you to give it a try. For 7 nights, add this practice into your routine and watch closely for the changes. Maybe your skin feels softer, maybe you sleep more soundly, or maybe your knees feel just a little less stiff in the morning. Whatever you notice, share it in the comments, because your story may inspire another senior to take that same hopeful step. Remember, this aging does not take away your body's ability to heal it, only asks you to support it more gently. With patience, consistency, and a touch of castor oil, you can still enjoy peaceful nights, lighter mornings, and the quiet reassurance that your body remembers how to restore itself.